That day, there was only one boat. And there was a boatman. The boatman is called Kevat in Hindi. He was sitting on the boat. Seeing the Lord, Kevat did not get up. He continued to sit. Ram requested him, "Dear Kevat, can you please take us across to the other side?" So Kevat continued to sit. God is asking a soul. But this soul is very special. He is full of love for Ram. And his love is such that he needs nothing from God. He is selfless. And the selfless devotee is fearless. What makes us fearful of God is our own desires. I want this from Him, I want that from Him. And when we say, I don't want anything, I only wish to serve you, then the fear dissolves. And then we see the Lord as ours. So Kevat is a very exceptional devotee. God is asking him, will you please take me across? Kevat said, Ram, I know your secret. So before I take you across, I need to get a few things tested. Ram said, you know my secret. Big yogis and rishis and ascetics, they are unable to fathom the secret of God. And you, an ordinary boatman, are saying, you know my secret. So Ram says, this boatman, he has the impunity to say that he knows my secret. Kevat said, yes, the news has reached me that there was this wife of an ascetic who had been cursed and petrified in the form of a stone. And when you passed by and you touched the stone with your lotus feet, she was released from that stone incarceration and she attained her original form. So because of you, a stone got transformed into the wife of a rishi. Now if you walk into my boat and your feet contact my boat, it is possible my boat may transform into the wife of a rishi. If that happens, then what will I do? Because I know no other trade. The only way I can maintain myself and my family is through this boat. And if the boat becomes a rishi wife, what will I do? If she becomes an ordinary woman, I will still give her place in my house. But the wife of a rishi, she will have her own requirements. She will say, I will not stay with the others, make another hut for me. I will not eat this kind of food. I will only eat fruits and vegetables. I will strain the water of the Ganges and then drink. I will not be able to sustain such a lady. So if you wish to sit in my boat and go to the other side, I will need to check you out. I will wash your feet, and if nothing happens to the vessel, then you are welcome. Kevat thought, let's make this as an opportunity to wash the feet of the Lord. So he said, I will not request you that I wish to wash your feet. You will request me, Kevat, please come and do my charan prakshalan. That is my only condition. I am not going to ask for uttarai, any fare, because I know you are in the ascetic dress. Kaikeyi did not allow you to carry any money. And in this ascetic dress, if I can serve you, it is my good fortune. Let me attain this pious merit of serving an ascetic like yourself. But you are habituated to all the souls requesting you, oh Lord, please do this for me. In this case, you are going to request me. And if you are not interested, no problem. You can cross it yourself. Just go down a little, 50 yards down, there the river is shallow. If you walk across, the water will only come to your neck. But you can only do that if you know how to swim. And I know for a fact that you don't know how to swim. You know how to make us all swim in this ocean of material energy, but you have never learned how to swim yourself. So, I am telling you, I don't want any Uttarai, any fair. But without your asking me to wash your feet, I take a vow on the name of your father, King Dashrath, I will not take you across. Now, when Kevat took the name of Dashrath, Lakshman got annoyed. He said, how dare you bring my father into this? So he lifted his bow and arrow. Kevat said, Ram, your brother is very impudent. You asked me you wish to go across and he is showing me this bow and arrow. That's not proper behavior. Let him know. If he wishes, he can kill me. There is no problem. After killing me, my wife will start crying. And when she comes, you will have to console her. And you will have to lift my body and do all the final rites. Lakshman said, that is exceedingly awful if we have to do all this. He put his bow and arrow back. So hearing these words of Kevat, Ram started laughing. Sita thought, I have never seen my Lord laughing so loudly in all our years together. So Ram requested, Kevat, please come and wash my feet. Now Kevat got out of the boat. So far he had continued to sit. He waited until Ram requests him. Because if he goes and bows down in advance, then he's obliged to surrender. So now he is in the position he wants. He got up and started walking the other way. Ram said, I asked you to wash my feet. Where are you going? Kevat said, my lord, I have heard that in our scriptures an auspicious work should not be done alone. It must be done with your wife. So I am going to get my wife. Together we'll wash your feet. Ram said, all right, hurry up. We are all in a hurry. Kevat reached his hut and he told his wife, look, 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 what a wonder. We have lived on the banks of the Ganges for so many years, and this pure Ganges has not been able to cleanse us. Today, he from whose lotus feet the Ganges emanates has come here. We are going to wash his feet. So the wife said, but we don't have any golden vessel, any silver vessel. I do have a brass vessel that I had got with me when we got married. Kevat said, no, not in that vessel. Bring the wooden vessel, because wood will soak the water. And anything we cook subsequently or keep in that wooden vessel will become like nectar. So Kevat brought the wooden vessel. He placed it in front of Ram and asked Ram, place your feet here, stand here. Ram stood there. In his vessel, Kevat started washing his feet nicely to his heart's content. So he's washing and the vessel is shaking and Ram is swaying. Ram says, Kevat, be careful. I will lose balance and fall off. Kevat said, my lord, if you are feeling imbalanced, you please place your hands on my head and retain your balance. Kevat thought, let me get his blessings as well. Lakshman thought, this is good. You know, if Ram's hands fall on his head, at least his intellect will get corrected. So Ram is now holding his head and standing. All right, enough, enough. Kevat is going on washing. This is my chance. Finally, he was happy. He said, all right now. So Ram stepped off the vessel. He said, can we now get into your boat? Kevat said, my lord, we people, the boatmen, we don't do any partiality. The one who is first in the line will get first chance. Anybody else may be king or queen or whatever, you have to wait in line. Ram said, who else is there in the line? I don't see anybody else. Kevat said, all my ancestors are waiting to cross over Bhavsagar, this ocean of life and death. We never had any pandits to do the last rites for them. Now you have come here. You are a Kshatriya, but Guru Vasish must have taught you some Ved mantras. So please do the tarpan for my ancestors. Let them go across. After that, I shall take you next in line. Lakshman thought, this is too much. Now what do we do? So Ram said, there is no option. All right. So they stood out there. Kevat took the Ganga water. He started pouring it with his wife, and Ram and Lakshman, they became the Brahmins and started reciting the mantras. That was done. Now Kevat took the Charanamrit of Ram. And he asked all the tribals there, come and receive this Charanamrit, the water from the lotus feet of Ram. They all stood in line. Sita ji told Lakshman, should we also receive it? Lakshman said, we are from the Raghu dynasty. It is below our dignity to go and ask. Sita said, this tradition of asking has been established by Ram himself now, so let us also continue it. So Sita and Lakshman also stood in line. So Kevat is distributing the Charanamrita, Kala Mrityu Haranam Sarva Vyadhi Nivaranam Shri Vishnu Padatakam Pitva Shirusha Dharayamyaham. The Charanamrit was distributed. Kevat said, all right, please go and sit. So Ram requested Sita, you please go and sit. This tradition of ladies first is continuing from there. Sita went and sat in the boat. Then he asked Lakshman to sit. After Lakshman went, then Ram joined them and Guharaj also came. Now Kevat started rowing them to the other side. The boat is as if playing on the water of the Ganges. Kevat is so delighted. Ganga is thinking, this Kevat is so fortunate. He is getting to serve the Lord in this manner. So the boat almost reached the other bank. But before it reached the edge, Kevat turned it around and started taking it backwards. So Lakshman asked Ram that what has happened. Ram said maybe he has forgotten something. So he went off. Before he could reach the other bank, again he turned the boat and he started coming the other way. Now when he's done this a few times, Ram said, what is the matter? Kevat said, I am not taking any utarai, any fare from you. So why do you complain? Lakshman screamed out. He said, what fare are you talking about? What have you not made us do? So Kevat said, Ram, what is the hurry? You have to spend 14 years in the forest. Can't you spend 1 week out here? Did Kaikeyi make out an itinerary that by this date you have to be there? Ram said, we are not used to this. Kevat said, really? You have made us souls rotate constantly in the cycle of life and death, and you are losing your patience in a few rounds? After 7, 8 rounds, Kevat landed the boat on the other side. Now all of them, they reached the bank. At this point, Kevat came and fell at the feet of Ram. For the first time he offered his obeisance to Ram. He must have thought that if he had offered his obeisance earlier, then he would be obliged to follow Ram's instructions. He could not order him around. So when he did that, Ram lifted him up. Now, Ram felt embarrassed that what should I offer to him? He has taken me across. There is nothing that I have to give. I am not carrying any money. Any person that he takes across must be giving something to him. And there is nothing for me to offer. This is the sign of a noble heart. One with a small heart always thinks, what can I get? In every relationship, in every instance. One with a big heart always thinks, what can I give? So Ram is thinking that he has taken me across and there is nothing I have to offer. Sita understood the sentiments of Ram. She had the ring, the Ram Naam Mudrika. With the name of Ram engraved on it, she took it out and gave it to Ram. So Ram took the Mudrika and he said, Kevat, I wish to give this to you as Uttarai, as the fare for having crossed. On hearing the word Uttarai, Kevat broke down. He said, Maharaj, I don't want anything from you. What have I not received today? Nath aaj main kahu na pawa. I am a sinful soul who have lived here in this forest in a tribe, and I have been eating all kinds of food. I have been leading a simple but sinful life, and today the Lord of the universe, I have had the opportunity to serve Him. What greater blessing can I ask for? So Kevat said, Maharaj, you and me are of the same profession. Lakshman, again his ears stood up. You are insulting my brother, saying we are of the same profession. Kevat said, Maharaj, I am the boatman of this Ganga Tat, the banks of the Ganges. You are the boatman of the Bhavsagar, who takes us across this ocean of life and death. So you are also a Kevat, I am also a Kevat. I was able to do this for you. My only request is that when I die and you meet me there, you please take me across as well. Nevertheless, Maharaj, when you come back after 14 years, at that time, if you wish to give me anything, I shall accept it as a prasad, as your blessing. So Keval locked Ram that while returning, he will have to come and give darshan.